First, we will mark them and then cut them. These pieces are called spherical triangles because they have curved sides, not straight ones. This helps the ball to curve as it is sewn and gradually become round. After cutting the piece, we make some holes, 5 in each part on each side of the piece to be able to sew all the pieces together. Well, now that we have finished the holes, the next step is sewing the 8 pieces together. The resistance of the thread is critical. The continuous friction with the leather gives it the same brown color. The type of thread used has changed over the years. Hemp thread used to be common, but now it's a bit outdated. Nowadays, we use nylon thread because it is much stronger. Sewing is not a difficult task. The challenge lies in making beads that satisfy the players. The main characteristic is that the leather should be good, meaning it should be strong, tough, and of course, workable when wet. In the end, the ball must bounce well. The craftsman continues sewing until all 8 pieces are joined. Before closing it completely, it must be filled with cotton wool, considering the final weight of the ball. The amount of wool put in the ball depends on the weight of the leather. For example, if we want to make a ball that officially weighs 45 grams, we must calculate the weight of the wet leather, and also the weight it will have when dry. And based on this, we add the weight of the wool. For example, it ranges from about 8 grams to 10 grams, depending on the weight of the leather. Once we have finished adding the wool, we will close it by making the last stitch. And it will be completely sealed. The final step is molding it to give it the standard size and perfect roundness. It is molded, for example, once a day, and as they dry, they are moved to smaller molds. For example, these here. We use with these smaller molds for 3 or 4 more days until the ball reaches the required diameter, which is around 42 millimeters. Preserving the ball is simple. The important thing is that it is not damp because moisture softens the leather, reducing its bounce, which is not desirable. The blood will dry, culminating in a slow manufacturing process that is only profitable because of the value Valencian players place on handcrafted beads. We cut the strip, and it's cut. Then we take the strip, we make a square, then we mark the center. Once the pieces are cut, they are folded and marked in the center first, and then the sides, so that they correspond symmetrically. Now, we take the spool of thread and cut the piece that will be needed. This was formerly done with loft thread. The stitching requires strength and perseverance to tighten the leather well without leaving gaps or protrusions that may bother the finger. The wire gives strength and resistance to the darning. Here we come to the end. Then we pass through the last stitch on the inside. Once sewn, Vicente has a wide range of wooden lasts with which to adjust the thimble to each side. It is necessary to put a shape in it so that it takes the the same shape as the finger. Then we try until we find one that is good. To make the seam softer, we are hitting it. And meanwhile, we give it the shape it should have. The protective thimbles are finished. They will dry and will be purchased by the players, who sometimes prefer them a little sharp to help them raise the ball in the game. Maria Vila continues to make the rag butt in the traditional way. The process consists of taking a strip of rag, rolling it up to give it the necessary roundness, and then covering it with a stronger cloth that will tighten it to give it the necessary consistency. The leather, previously soaked in hot water to give it greater flexibility, is cut into 3 pieces. A strip to hold it in the center, and 2 round caps that will be attached to the spherical shape. With the needle and the needle thread, which rests in the glove held in the palm of her hand, she sews and joins the 3 pieces together, shaping the ball in the bosom of her skilled hands. From time to time, she squeezes the fabric inside with the help of a small spatula, going over it with the wooden mallet so that no dents remain. Maria has finished the traditional rag ball. Now, José Enrique Arbona will be the one to show us the handmade manufacture of the vaqueta ball. The players of El Caroag reclaim the street as a playful place. There they will try to raise the ball so that it doesn't remain dead, avoiding being surpassed by the opponent's throws. This game, which is still played in El Caroig, is one of the most complete popular sports for keeping in shape. Galen recommended it already, and great men of the classical world, such as Horace, Virgil or Cato, practiced it in their leisure time.